Hey y'all, welcome back. We are on another show of Peach Talk. I have today with me the beautiful and boss lady Nikki. How are you doing today, girl?
Morning. Well, good afternoon. It's 12.
Right, true. Yeah, it's it's late in the day. Usually we do these like in the morning, but I figure, everybody needed to wake up and, because I know a lot of people probably went out last night, so I
Hey,
want to make sure them hangovers was about cleared up. Um, so of course we start off just introducing yourself. Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
well, I'm Neke Marche from Montgomery, Alabama. This is my hometown. And I am the owner of Neke Marche Beauty and Fashion District. And I am a black owned beauty supply store, as you can see. A lot of my products and hair is behind me here. Um, and I am so happy to be out here, girl, with my fellow Carver alumni.
Whoop, whoop. And we I always want pleasure to have you on as well. So, um, as far as like your businesses, I know you said you have on your beauty supply shop. What other endeavors do you have?
Outside of the beauty supply store, I'm a hairstylist as well. And I also have a business called Me LLC. Basically, I help businesses, small business owners, whether you already have a business already or you have in mind that you want to start a business, you don't know where to start the paperwork, what to do. I help um, individuals like get on their boss journey because a lot of us we really don't know these things. That's why we really but so we use everything as kind of like a hustle or and we miss out on a lot of things by
Hmm.
their paperwork that other people have privilege of, but we have to get out the hustle mentality and actually put things on paper with the state and everything like that so we can get loans and grants and whatnot. So I help people who have that boss mindset. They just don't know where to begin.
Right. And that's very important because a lot of us don't know, we don't have the support. So it's always good that we are able to come together as a community and help each other out and, get
Mhm.
us on like the straight and narrow so that we don't have run into any trouble when we're starting our new businesses. So kudos to you for that. And I thank you, honey, because like I said, we need more of us, supporting us.
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely awesome what you're doing. So how long have you been doing your entrepreneurship?
It's been 6 years now.
Okay.
Store will actually be 2 years old, September the 17th. So I started it mid COVID, but I've been doing it since I was maybe like in the fifth grade. I actually stopped working as far as like clocking in maybe like 6 years ago. I basically went to work and we went to work and they sent this email. It was like, we're closing at the end of the month. Like basically, and that's just how it went. So I was like, maybe it's just my time to just do
Right.
something else. So I went to Trenum and I got two applications. I had a nursing application and I had a cosmetology program application or whatever because I was already doing hair anyway. I
Mm.
just would go to work and I would do hair after. So my friend is a nurse, and so I asked her like what she think I should do. So she was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna be like blunt with you. So I'm gonna give you some examples of some things that you're gonna see." And she was just like very like straight to the point. I was like,
Mhm.
"I'm gonna take this application." This was nursing just wasn't for me. Like the pictures and stuff,
Right.
epic. My stomach just won't. I just knew it wasn't for me. I couldn't even do it for the money. So
Right.
thank you. I know what I'm about to do, and so I filled the psychology application. Now I ended up going to another school, but I still went on the journey to do it or whatever. And
That's
so I've been on the road with it ever since then.
that's good. Yeah, I was gonna. So the next question I was gonna ask is, what made you decide entrepreneurship was the right choice for you?
Girl, because first of all, I hate getting up. morning. I hate being told what to do.
Mhm.
Like, so basically, it's more about it's more about me and my attitude more than actually just being an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, nah, this ain't working for me. And then I always was in like management positions, like office managers and things like that. So I would go to work and I would be like, I'm doing it for them. I could do this for myself. Doing the bulk of the work. I'm the one who's making, things flow and make the business be what it is.
Right.
I do my thing, on my own and build my own, and probably because I always wanted to do that anyway. So I was like, let me just put my faith into it and just try it on out. It's a little harder trying to do it for yourself, though. Honestly, it is all the
Right.
paper stuff like that. It's a bit much now. It's not as easy as people think it is. Like you just wake up, do what you want to do, and make money and have fun. It's way deeper than that.
Right. Yeah, I look, I understand because me starting my LLC and things like that, I did not realize how difficult it would be trying to get the information and get the resources necessary in order to, get my business started. So, and then being having to work full time as well, it just makes it that much harder. So kudos again to you because it is definitely not easy to start your own business, let alone making sure that you have the right income and being able to monetize on your business.
Right.
So yeah, it's definitely a difficult journey. So did you have help along the way, on your journey with entrepreneurship, or did you have to do like a trial and error type of moments, to get to where you are?
It definitely was trial and error for me. Like it definitely was a lot of research. I had to do some things. I just had to jump out and do it. And it didn't even matter if I knew it was doing the applications and stuff right. I just was doing them and turning them. And so happened that I just have a little sense. And so it kind of like worked itself out. But it's a lot of things behind it that you don't know. You learn about taxes. You have to file those every month. I was kind of like a little familiar in with one of the jobs I had, and I had to do that for them. But a lot of those things you don't know about those. It
Right.
think, okay, well, I get this LLC, and then that's the end. But outside of that too, you have to deal with the IRS, or I could just get my EIN number and now I'm a business. It's like a lot of things that you actually have to research and look into, that
Right.
with entrepreneurship, that one piece of paper we probably always thought that means we have a business, but it's a whole bunch of other things that
Mhm.
look into, to make sure that you're set up right, because a lot of points you might hit, but then it's also like a miss, and you won't know that it was a miss until you
Right.
get to a certain situation, and that's when you learn about, damn, I didn't even know nothing about this, now let me go
Right.
and pan this out and figure this out. And that's why the Me Academy, I love doing that, because I know a lot of people don't know some of the stuff that we need to do. And then some of the business that actually come, I have to go back and do stuff for them, which I don't mind, because I'm like, we don't know. That's the point of me doing it. I know we missed those points.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's important, and that's a good thing that you're able to do that because like I said, we don't have a lot of support in our communities. It's unfortunate, and that's why I also created this platform because I explained to people, we don't have enough of boosting our own people
right.
in business and entrepreneurship and things like that. So it's always good to be able to have a community built around you so that are like you, in support of, your vision and things like that. Because not everybody is going to see your vision. Not everybody is going to support what you have going on. So it's always good to have, those types of people around you that
It's
can.
good alone, and it's good to start alone.
Right.
Ask your family and things like that, and you might feel down if they don't be in support of you. Everybody is not in support of entrepreneurship. I know a lot of parents, like maybe parents who are our parents age, like, no, you need to go to work, you need
Hmm.
401k, you need this, you need that, you need a guaranteed check, especially having kids. You're going to hear those type of things,
Right.
but have the faith, and if it's something that you really want to do, you have to just jump off and go by yourself.
Right.
And the Me Academy, actually, our slogan is "It's time to focus on me." And so that's why I came up with the name Me. Because I know a lot, especially like being parents, we don't really
Mhm.
ourselves. It's all about being parents. If you're married, you focus on being a wife, you're focused on being a mother, and it's not really about you. And so, like, even though entrepreneurship is, it's a little bit hard and it makes you want to think like I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Right.
You're ready if you wait to be ready. So it's just like jump out there and do it with your eyes closed. You know,
Right.
gonna be ups, it's gonna be downs. You know, you just gotta learn how to talk to yourself. You might feel crazy, but you have to talk yourself through those times, because you do have good days, you do have bad days, you do have great days. You have days you might feel like you're a millionaire, and then the next week you probably be like, this week ain't like last week, and so you have those type of times.
Right. Yeah, and that's important to stay focused and stay always, taking one step forward. Because I know that it can be discouraging. Trust me, like I said, I'm living in it now.
And like I got a little window, I have Indeed on there. I'm like, I know
Right.
calling me to do interviews and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know I wasn't gonna do that, but some of my days I be on Indeed. Like, look, I'm about to.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to stay, on that track because, like I said, it definitely can be discouraging. Because even, like I said, even with my business, it's not making money right now, but hopefully, it'll start picking up. The more ideas that come about, and the more people that participate in the entire program. It's just, it takes time, which I understand.
Investment stage. Like when they told me that I was losing my job, I actually was working in a loan place or whatever, but they paid us to sell their files, like the people who had the loans and stuff, they paid us to sell them to other loan companies. So like the other loan companies would pay us for those people accounts. And so since we the ones had it, they would pay me and I would send those people to them. So what I would do is when I got those checks, I would just buy like um my implements that I needed to do hair with. So I would buy flat
Right.
iron here, I would buy like a station here, like I would just knick-knack and put like little small things together. And it's like, okay, well, I'm about to be out of a job, but at the same time it was like I was looking
Oh no.
what's what's to come. So it's kind of like discouraging, but at the same time it was like my adrenaline was rushing, that I was able to get this and that, and I knew that down the line that money would come back.
Right.
It's just an initial investment, but eventually you'll get it back.
Yeah. And I know sometimes we are so quick, or rather we're so comfortable with that quick money that
Hmm.
we, just sometimes it can be discouraging when
Oh,
you
money discouraging.
right. So, it I know it takes time. That's why I'm trying to keep a positive head about it and make sure that I stay on the right track. Um so how does being an entrepreneur affect you and your family in a positive way?
Positively, because my kids actually see it. So when they go to school and they are asked like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And the things that they would say would be like, I want to be like my mom, or I want to be an entrepreneur. And to me that shows
Uh-oh, she has a disconnected. Yeah, the quick money is just that, and it doesn't last. You're right.
Mhm.
But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, my kids warm me up, but basically when they actually see it, so it's like being a positive eye for them, not only them, but when I go out to places, and like when you're on social media, we're into this like thing. So if people are not liking, it's like they're not seeing it. But
Right.
a lot of people do see it and they might not like it. So when I go places, they're like, I'm so proud of you. I see you doing, you motivate me. Like a lot of times when I do get discouraged, I get a lot of inboxes from people who some don't know me, some are like from different places. And they say like, you're such an inspiration, especially being black, being young, you're a mother, you have 3 kids. I don't see how you do it. And those are the type of people that I do it for. So when I get discouraged, I'm thinking like, I can't let these people down, because
Right.
they see me down and they feel like, oh, she gave up. Like it's hard,
Right.
they're gonna lose their motivation. So it's kind of like having those roses, that is not even money, is what positively is for me.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, and I know sometimes we always talk about how, things have negatively impact our families, but we never talk about the positives behind it. So I definitely appreciate, hearing that because, like I said, it can be difficult when you are an entrepreneur and trying to make that family life balance. It can be difficult. So what are some challenges you faced, with your businesses, trying to get them off the ground?
Well, with the hair part was kind of like easy. One of the hardest ones is the actual beauty supply store part, because you are in a field where, um our kind is not. We are more of the consumers, than the ones who are producing it and pushing it out. So a lot of foreign that you're basically in competition with. And actually being back, I don't know what, our group like feel or anything, but it's like hard to get them to kind of like support you in the industry with they're so used to foreigners.
Mhm.
I actually did it for us because we spend the most money in this industry, and we go into a foreign store and they have really no clue about what we're asking, what we're looking for, what to get. They sell you anything, have attitudes, and so I pride myself on, like, when I started this business, I'm gonna be knowledgeable about it. It's gonna go hand in hand with what I do anyway. So I try to get like just things in that I know for a fact what it is, what you use it for, not just unnecessary things or fads just because it's on the internet or whatnot. But at the same time, you still have that competition with everybody still. Oh, well, I'm gonna go to, we have 1,001 Beauty and Beyonds here. We have
Mm.
literally across the street from each other. You on this side of the street is one. You cross over the intersection, it's another Beauty and Beyond. So it's like it's gonna get there. Um, I'm not discouraged or anything like that, but when you come in a certain field and people are used to one way,
Right.
how they treat you, I'm still gonna give them my money.
Right.
I'm not that way on the other hand, because if you mistreat me or you talk crazy to me, I'm not giving you back my money. But hey, so yeah, it is kind of like hard when everybody in over this way. Like, I have a store or whatever. People say, oh, well, I forgot. You ain't forget. it, but
You
it's okay. Or you'll have like family and you have friends, and you'll have the same thing in your store and they maybe shop at another store and be like, oh, well, I forgot. Or like, we
But you
got.
know what, too, that I think I've also had the issue where, and I tell people this all the time, just because we are friends or family, that does not grant you access to free things. Like, I'm still trying to make my money too. Now, don't get me wrong, like, friends and family are, you might throw in a little something here, there, but, to expect free things just because we are family or friends, like, it's kind of not fair because you wouldn't ask that of someone that wasn't.
And word of mouth too. Like, word of mouth is big. Sharing people posts,
Right, right,
word of mouth, or if we're in the same field. Like, I'm big on, if I know someone who does this, even if I do it, if I don't want to do it at the time, I'm gonna send you somewhere else. I have clothes and accessories and things here. Like, I have fedora hats and things like that, but I also have friends who sell the same thing. Sometimes I might not have that color, and I'll be like, go to her, she have great custom service. I know her, I know for a fact she got this hat, go get it from her. It doesn't cost me anything to do that. It may cost a sale, but I didn't have it anyway. So I rather for you to go to her rather than me say, go to the mall, they got it. No,
right, right,
my fellow small business owner, because she don't have that through traffic that the mall may have. or she's building. And once you shop with her, you realize that she has great customer service, and she have good product, or whatever it is that she may have. You're gonna know of her, and you're gonna want to go again. You still gonna remember me, but at the same time, you're gonna have another option. You know,
Right.
everybody uplifted don't always think well, because I think some other people have a mindset that I'm not about to spend my money with her because I'm not about to make her rich or something.
Right.
Like, uh, those things go through people's mind, but like, one little thing is not gonna make me rich. Make me rich and feeling to know that you actually took the time out of your day or to come and shop with me when you could have went to other places. I'm rich off of that. I'm not It's not really about the money. It's about just helping each other and building each other, so we can get back to like Black Wall Street and things like that. If
Right.
together, we would never have what they had. We'll never see it to that point because we all try to hinder each other, or
Right.
being, or I don't want this person to be up here. They might think they all that, or we just got to learn how to be together and support one another.
Right, because like I always tell people, everybody can eat. Like even people that discouraged me from starting a podcast, they were like, "Oh, it's a lot of podcasts out there." I said, "But you may have a specific thing that you want to view, but I may have a certain audience that wants to view certain things with me." Like I actually had so many people on TikTok telling me, "Hey, you know what? You should start a podcast because you are real, you're authentic, you're not robotic like some of these other podcasts, so something that may not be for you may be for somebody else." So it was just one of those things. Okay, let me just go ahead and start it. And as you can notice, as you notice, like I tell people all the time, I I have nothing against Caucasians. I am half Caucasian, right? But I built this platform specifically for Black people
Right.
because we don't have enough of this.
Exactly.
And we don't have enough of encouraging one another. So I do have one person asking about the address to your shop. So if you want to shout that out real quick.
It is 1292 Perry Hill Road, Montgomery, Alabama 36109. I also have an online store. It's www.nekemarche, NEKEMARCHE.com. So you can on both. I have products and accessories and things on both. And if you don't see anything on there that you may want, you can always just inbox me, DM me, because sometimes I usually have it here. I just didn't get to it to put it online.
Gotcha. And we will also put all of the information in the description of this video. So once we, get offline, I am gonna get with you, Nikki, so that you can send me all the information and I'll just paste everything into the description so that when people do view the video, they can locate, all the information and hit you up if they need anything. So again, this is like I said, this is a platform to create for each other so that we can get you some business, girl. Cause I seen some hats when we was doing our reunion. I was like, girl, don't make me
I
go and be broke.
went on this morning and I said I'm gonna do it without the hat.
Well, it was very beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. And when the next time I come down there, I know it rained that weekend.
Yeah,
I wanted, so I was like, well, ain't no point.
right.
Yeah, so but I definitely love that you do healthy hair as well, like you create people's because it's not a lot of stylists out there that actually work with people natural hair now, and it's difficult finding that. So yeah, if y'all definitely hit Nikki up, she definitely does her thing, honey, because them that little bouncy flow, baby, I be seeing it on when you post it.
I I love hair and food. That's my thing right there. Hair and food.
So did the pandemic affect your businesses in any way? And if so, how did you overcome those pitfalls?
Well, at first it was like, um, we was catching wind of like everything was gonna shut down. And then they was like, they shutting this down, they shutting that down, they're about to come for hair and shut hair down. And I was like, I don't think they're gonna do that. And so we got closer and closer to where they was like, okay, now it's mandatory. Shut shops now. So like I had realized at that point, you never know when your money is gonna stop. It can just stop like right then and there. And there was nothing that we could do about it, because if they found out, that you was doing it, no telling what, could have
Right.
happened. So it's basically was like, dang, no money. So now you gotta figure out actually what other streams of income that you actually can do. So girl, I had a lot of things that I was doing to actually make money, like during the pandemic, from just selling stuff online and stuff like that. E-commerce came a big thing. And in the mix, I was just sitting around. I always thought about having a beauty supply store. And I was actually talking to one of my guy friends. He was like, that's not a good idea. I don't think you should do that. And it was well before the pandemic. It was like years before. And I was like, I could just see myself owning one. It's like,
Right.
that would be a good investment. So fast forward to now COVID, and I'm sitting here and I'm thinking like we're gonna lose a lot of customers, especially if you do older people hair. I had some older clients that I was like, they're gonna be scared to come back. It was not ever gonna go back the same, because everybody feel like everybody just had the cooties. So I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. So I was like, since people don't want to do that, I already was selling bundles and things like that. I was like, let me bring the products to them, because the one thing they would do is ask, like, what do you think that I should put on my hair? Or how to maintain my hair at home? Those
Mhm.
type of things like that. Or what kind of comb is this? Or what kind of spray bottle? So it's almost like, let me just take my funds and start building, actual products that I think that they would need. And then
Mhm.
it turned into, it got bigger. So I started researching about the beauty supply store, and then the crazy thing about it, the stuff that it like it was in my head, but it just started popping up on my computer. Like right, the information started being like right there before I even started searching. So I was like, maybe this is what I should be doing. So I started researching more and more on how to get it started and everything, and it just took off from there. So COVID actually helped me in a sense, because it pushed me to find out many different ways that I can have multiple streams of income, because just having one, tragedy can hit, and then what can I do after that?
Right. And you know what? That's like the epitome of, finding a way out of no way, because a lot of people will just take that defeat and just go in a corner and just cry it out. Whereas you took it as an opportunity to let me find out what other talents I have, what other things can I figure out to make this thing work. And so that girl, that speaks volumes of you. Like for real, like that, like I said, that not many people would do that. A lot of people will take on that defeat and just
Right.
fold, and you didn't allow that to do that to you. So that's awesome. So how do you create time to have a healthy personal life with
Girl,
all your business going on?
I don't create it. It just happened. I I don't create it, because literally I almost feel like I'm in my car like 60-70% of the time, because when I get up, take my kids to school, by the time I go back home, get ready for work. By the time I make it here, it's almost time to go get your kids again,
Mhm.
down from school, food, all of that. By the time I get back here, it's almost like doing it by yourself. I would say build a team. Some people don't, they feel like, oh, I'm not a boss if I have a team or anything like that. I would say build a team, because you'll be like a chicken with your head cut off. And I say I was doing a lot of things. I had Airbnb, I had my kids to take care of, I had this store, I had helping other people with businesses and things like that. And it will ring you. And at the same time, trying to have an actual relationship with your family and stuff, like I would just have to stick things in here and there. My mom would always complain, like, you always gone, you never did this. Right. I think I spent enough time with y'all though. It's all right. Y'all will see me, but you have to just find that time. It's like very hard for me to try to plan things, and people be like, well, can we go outside? I'm like, I don't know. Ask me Friday at 10 at night. Can I do something Saturday? That's when you'll have to ask me, because if you ask me Monday about Saturday, by the time Saturday get here, I'm not gonna be able to do it. You know,
Right.
it's just about, it's kind of hard to say you gotta find balance because you probably not really gonna find any balance. You just make it happen, make it work.
Right. And I always tell people because it's funny that you say that. Like I tell people even when it comes to like single moms, we typically don't have free time. We just create we have to basically you have to tell us, "Hey, I want to take you out." Or like even when it comes to dating, like I want to take you out. Okay, well, let me know time, place, and date so that I can make that time because I
Hmm.
don't have it. So yeah, so that's cool. I'm glad you are at least able to, find the time to be able to have that healthy personal life. What would be some advice that you would give to future entrepreneurs?
What I would say is, don't be scared to ask for help. Don't be scared to build you a whole different circle. And people might think that, oh, she hang with these people. She might think she ought to have you multiple circles. Know how to have your circle. Is my turn up circle. I have
Mhm.
it's my business circle. I have this, and don't try to mix every, everybody can't go. Be okay with everybody not being able to go. Like sometimes you might be like, well, I can't go to this place. Like I don't want to be associated because you know what goes on. Like just
Right.
learn how to be for self. It's
Mm.
okay. Learn how to let some people go. Uh Use a long-handed spoon with some people. It's
Yeah.
fine. Research as much as you can. Don't be scared to take classes. Not saying you got to spend 1,200, 1,500 on classes. Buy books. I went in a bookstore one day. I spent like $200 on books. I'm big on reading and getting to know things because when people talk to me, I want to know. I feel like I'm kind of like a know-it-all sometimes. Like I don't want to be left behind. So like if you ask me something, I want to be able to know what I'm talking about.
Right.
With research, that doesn't come with me just feeling like it's common sense. In the business world, you actually have to research. You actually have to read up on things. It's a lot of things missing that we don't know about. Learn about business credit. Be okay with grants and loans. Like when COVID came, a lot of people made people try to feel bad about, oh, you got grants and you got, it does not matter. That's what it's here for.
Right.
Here for it. Don't make people feel having you feel bad about doing what every other race do. We're behind. We're well behind. You can get a lot of things with business credit. Um, a lot of grants. You could get loans as long as you have the right paperwork. Your actual, business, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Don't be afraid. Don't let nobody talk you out of getting money that's readily out there set aside for you, especially us being minorities. It's money left out there just
Right.
for us being a woman, being black, like those type of things. Don't let anybody have you afraid to look into those things, research those things, and get those things.
Right. Y-
Always research, networking is a big thing too. Don't be scared to network. I used to be very introverted. I am still kind of now, but
mhm.
certain situations, like with me networking, I became part of our chamber of commerce and I met some friends, and some of my friends, they are well like jolly and outspoken and everything. Hey, this is my friend, you know, Nikita. I want you to meet her. And then that brings it out of me that they, I those people who know that I lack in that part. So they push me out there. And once they push me on the edge, it's like you flourish. So make network with people, So those are some of the big things.
That's awesome advice. Yeah, and for a lot of us, people don't realize. Like, even I tell people all the time, don't let social media fool you. It may seem like I'm extroverted, but in real life, I'm very introverted. So I have to cause like y'all, like you
Like they be thinking like when they come around me, it's like, but I'm the one in the corner. I'm like, that's Facebook, baby. That ain't real life. Like, don't think you
right,
the Facebook person. Like maybe if you're in my really close circle, my family, I'm like
right,
stuff with them. But if you see me out somewhere, like I'm not gonna be the one that's just like up and rowdy and things like that, you know.
Right. And even, from even from school, like I know people that have gone to school with us or whatever can attest to, oh, well, Ashley used to be so quiet and so I'm still that same person. I just grew up.
Yeah, I'm a little more introverted than you. You well more of an introvert than I am. Yeah, so but we both it's there. But you know, certain situations, certain people, they bring it out you. It's in there
Yeah,
of that networking instinct. Once you start seeing how it worked for you,
true.
you get out there. You be in all types of rooms. It's like all types of rooms I'm in, and I'm just like it feels surreal to me myself. It's not like I thought that I couldn't do it. I always knew that I could, but it's surreal when you actually do these things and you're like, dang, like God, you fucks with me. You heard my cry. You
Right.
and I would
Right.
journal. I'm big on journaling. I bought my friends journals. I am big on journaling. You would be so amazed at the things that you write down and you go back years and you look at it and you doing it. And it makes you feel great.
Right. That's awesome. So what are some things that you do that you enjoy doing outside of your businesses? Like any, extracurricular or different things that you enjoy doing?
I love to travel. I love to travel. I love to eat and cook. So those are kind of main things that you probably gonna see me traveling somewhere. You're gonna see me eating and you're gonna see me cooking.
Hmm. Yeah, I've definitely seen some of those meals on that you post. I'd be like, Lord, if only I could eat fish.
It is. I love. It's almost like when I do hair. Like when I'm actually cooking, it takes my mind because I'm focused on cooking, and so my mind. I have a mind that never stops. It just goes, 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 and it drives me. So when I'm doing hair, I have like my Pandora playing. When I'm cutting hair, I be in my own world. I be in my own world, and so my brain is not really thinking about all the things that I would be thinking about if I was just sitting still. So when I cook, do the same thing. When I'm cooking, it's have me in a whole little vibe, and I'm focusing more on making the food taste good or making the hair look good. So problems or what's my next venture and things like that, that doesn't really be in my head at the time. So my head is more clear when I'm doing those things. It's not worrying as much.
That's cool. That's cool. So do you think that you've mastered your craft as it relates to your businesses, or do you think you always have room for growth and improvement?
Right. Yeah. I don't feel like I reach my peak. I'm always learning new things. I don't think any of us will get to that point because no one knows everything. And it's always something, being gatekept that we don't know that it's like we're trying to break the code to get to. So unless once you see me with multiple chains of stores and you see me on the screen and it's everywhere, like household name. I'm a small household name now, but when I'm telling you, it's just so much more that I can do that I want to do that
Right.
I to do. And so this is only the beginning. This is the start to just get me where I need to be. You know.
Right. And I tell people all the time, who knows, what I'm saying? A lot of people, didn't, think the concept even of this podcast was a good idea, but now you have people that love to view it, especially now, honestly, I see my bigger audience on Pillow Talks,
Oh,
but you but people have been actually engaged in it, and it's actually becoming more and more popular each time. Like, I didn't realize I started this in January and all the way, and we're almost to the end of the year, but within a matter of a few months, I had like 600 people, trying to, view the show and things like that. So, you know, who knows when this pop off, people, like I tell people all the time, when you come in on the startup, it's an archive. So you have people that say, dang, Nikki was on, Peach Talk or whatever the case may be, you know what I'm saying? And they could, generate new business, new, clients and things like that. So I always tell people, don't think just because something is small right now that it won't ever get big, because you just never know.
And don't think just because you feel like it's in, you have multiple podcasts and things like that, or multiple beauty supply stores, multiple salons. Everybody is doing hair. Everybody is doing something. No one has that personality that you have. So just because everybody else is doing it, or people say everybody else is doing it, everybody is not.
You
You. So that's just like if, because I do mine too, and when I do my podcast or whatever, my lives, you come on there and you talk with us and then you gauge with us on there, and mine is at the beauty shop and yours is Peace Talk. I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna do yours. I have my own. Why would I do
right,
kind of like that's kind of like crazy because you have your people, I have mine. You have your topics, I have mine. You have your personality, I have mine. So everyone is not of the same. It's just like watching one thing on TV. It's multiple channels, so you can watch multiple things. You know,
right,
interact a different way. Um, so just because other people are doing it or people feel like it's not going to be successful, that doesn't mean that, well, let me not do it since everybody else is doing it. Go for it. Everybody have their own personality. Everybody gonna make you engaged a certain kind of way, and
right.
everything is kind of different when you put you in the equation. So don't think that's just because it's like a sea full that mine wouldn't matter.
Right. We had one question. I know she does multiple, but I just wanted you to answer it. So she asked, do you do only natural hair?
No, I do everything but braids. I don't braid. I know I have braid, but I'm just over braids. Like I was over braids so long ago.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, so I'm a little bit of
So as far as like motivation is concerned, I know sometimes it can be hard to stay motivated. What are some things that keep you motivated to keep moving?
my kids keep me motivated. Number one over
Mm.
uh, anything. Be my kids. Well, it is my kids, and it used to be my grandma. So like I will always. She passed. It'll be a year, September the 27th. But I used to always want to be like, I want her to be like so proud of me and things like that. I want to buy her whatever, pay her bills, and it was just I just always wanted her to be proud of me.
Mhm.
And like before she passed, she was able to know that I had my beauty supply store. I have a wall that I already had dedicated to her when I opened, and we was in the paper, so my grandparents was able to see. They'll get papers thrown in the yard, but I have this wall that I kind of like dedicated to her, and it has like butterflies on there and things, and it have cotton and just flowers, and it just goes to show like where my family came from and the stories my grandma told me back then, like how she used to be in the cotton field and things. So that's part of my wall, that the cotton is up there because it's about where we started and how far we've come, and she was able to see a part of her generation that she actually is the cause of me being here, of them. And it's actually totally different from where she came from. So it's kind of like building her bloodline, my family bloodline, and actually leaving legacies.
Mm.
So that keeps me kind of like hella motivated.
Right. That's awesome. So I will say this, we're gonna go ahead and I don't know if you feel comfortable with showing people a little tour, or and then also you know, I guess, letting them know what services you offer again, and also where they can find you. And then again, we'll go ahead and post everything in the description. But whenever you're ready, if you want
Actual register. Let me see if I can. I don't think I can turn it. So I'm gonna just this is all of the hair options. Most of the time, all of the wigs are there. out of a few, but as you can see, they are there. So all of my hair, my bundles, everything is over there, braid hair. On this side is like the accessories for hair, as far as clips. Um, we have back here beads for the girls. We have rags, bonnets, flexi rods, brushes, combs. All of those things are right here.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah,
And lashes, girl. I see some lashes. I
oh
might
yeah,
need
lashes
lashes.
definitely are there. The lashes are definitely there. I'm gonna turn this a little bit. We have little whatnots on the, the final things when you're trying to check out and you forget some things like, oh, I need one of these. So it's lip glosses, cocoa butter, pencil sharpeners, those things. We have the girl bows and whatnot up here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, hairsprays and the chemicals. Most all on this side is my black hair products. So they are made by black companies or whatever. That's what this whole shelf is. We have the colors and dyes and chemicals, relaxers, all of those things, jams and gels and mousse. Um, we have these things for clippers, cleaners, and little just like skin things, soaps, and those.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The fedoras. That's basically my office and shades. More of the hair room here.
Oh, cool.
And we have one more room is the boutique room. So this is the wall that I was saying about. It says spread
Oh,
your
nice.
eyes. So I put that wall together
That
and
is awesome.
boost and a few more accessories and shoes. We have shoes and things too. So that's basically everything.
That is awesome, girl. You are doing your thing. I look, hey, kudos, kudos. And that is awesome that you dedicated that wall to
Mhm.
your family. So, again, let the people know where you're located, how they can find you, what services you offer.
Okay, you can find me again at 1292 Perry Hill Road here in Montgomery, Alabama. If you don't live in Montgomery, you can catch me online, my online store, NekeMarche.com. As far as hair services, I cut hair, um, I trim hair, I do quick weaves, silk press, everything but braids. So anything but braids, but I can always refer you to somebody if you actually like braids. So you can come in and shop with me. You can also hit me up if you want to start a business and you need somebody. I have a mentorship program. I have a lot of people that I have helped along the way, a lot of businesses. We can get business credit, all of that stuff started, which is great to have. And I'm just here. Whatever you need, child, I am here. I am that girl.
And you are that girl. So, but I thank you so much for sharing your life with us, your entrepreneur journey, and of course, as always, we wish you the best of luck on your future endeavors. And thanks for everybody that has tuned in. Thanks for your feedback. Again, make sure y'all hit up Nikki for all your beauty supply needs. And they said, well, she does have a business page on Facebook. Again, I will share all of that information with you guys in the description once we end the live. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate it. And as always, you guys stay sweet.
And I appreciate you having me on your platform as well, Ashley. You keep doing what you're doing, girl, and stay focused. You're gonna blow up. It's gonna blow.
I appreciate that. Well, y'all have a good rest of y'all evening.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys.